first speaker is Jaleh Sion. With everything happening in the world right now, and especially in Iran, Jaleh finds herself both heartbroken and reflective. At the same time, she deeply believes that the betterment of the world begins with each one of us. I present to you Jaleh Sion, Global Structures, Betterment of the World, Global Struggle, Betterment of the World, Jaleh Sion.
I'm looking back in my life. It was early 1980s. Many of you may have not even been born. It was just a few years after Islamic government took power. It was a big shock to the Baha'i community because everything changed. They expelled all people from their jobs. All Baha'i students in the university, they were expelled from university. They imprisoned leaders and executed about 200 of them. They even confiscated assets that belonged to famous entrepreneurs who were Baha'is. It was not easy. It was a big shock. It was a devastating time for the whole community. A few years later, I had to leave the country in a very tragic way. Year passed. January 2026, another shock. Massive massacre. 40,000 people, 40,000 youth were executed. Unbelievable. It was so painful that I even forgot my own pains in early 1900s. Because now we are talking about a mass, 40,000. It wasn't just scrutinizing, it was executed every night. In the middle of the night, I woke up and I remembered those families, those parents who lost their children. Few months later, now, people over the globe are desperate. People over the globe live with fear and uncertainty. And I find myself asking, what world are we living for the next generation? Jaleh, Allah. Allah, I am with you. I understand what you are going through. But don't forget all you have learned. forget. You come here in this center, you attend study circles, you memorize quotations. So where did it go? You need to put them in practice. It's not just to memorize and repeat them. Reflect upon that. Reflect and remember what you have learned. Yes, I learned. I always said that change comes from individual. Change starts from grassroots. And yes, I memorized. The betterment of the world can be accomplished through pure and goodly deeds, through commendable and seemly conduct. Also, I love another quotation that says, all men have been created to carry forward an everlasting civilization. Yes, the change starts from individual. Good, good. And remember, go back to the history. Just remember, 40 some years ago, when your whole community was in a shock, they lost their job. What happened to them? They were held in their principles and values. That's why they could find other alternatives. And during last 40 years, the whole community have been able to live with dignity. Look at them. Look at your relatives, your friends, your peers. Also, we have good examples of big leaders. Nelson Mandela, he was in the prison for 27 years, but he held fast in his values. After Second War, it was bad destruction, but the world leaders, the nations came together and established United Nations. You need to look at them, and there is hope. Don't forget what you have seen. I'm so grateful to my inner voice. Yes, change starts from individual. We cannot wait for our leaders, for politicians. We cannot decide for them. We can control what we do. I can help, even small, to do something to make this world a better place. I know I am small, but doing something is better than nothing. That small thing can carry forward an everlasting civilization.